I swear to God, fellas, I think the Roblox CEO is just allergic to making good decisions, because he just went on an interview. I'm sure most of you have seen this podcast clip by now. It is so bad that from a PR standpoint, it was a disaster. The dude doesn't even make it past the first question before he makes an oopsie. It's like a fucking car crash that you can't look away from. I don't know how to just describe it to you, so I'll go ahead and show you it.
I think we should start by just talking about the scope of the problem here. What has led you to this point, and how do you think of the problem of predators on Roblox?
We think of it not necessarily just as a problem, but an opportunity as well.
Wow. Not even 15 seconds in, and we're talking about predators being an opportunity. Don't mean to cut him off in his answer. I'm not even taking this out of context or something. This is literally the first question. I'll play the rest of it for you, but I just wanted to stop it there and let that little tidbit simmer, because that was a fucking hot piece of garbage right there.
How do we allow young people to build, communicate, and hang out together? How do we build the future of communication at the same time? So we've been, I think, in a good way working on this ever since we started. And when we were, this was almost 18 or 19 years ago, when we first launched the company, and we had just 4 of us sitting in a room, we were literally the moderators. Like, we would rotate all the time. And so fast forward to where we are today, it's just like every week, what is the latest tech at the scale we're at? 150 million daily actives, 11 billion hours a month. Like, what is the best way to keep pushing this forward? And as you correctly note, we've just started adding that we're going to be using facial age estimation with AI to complement that.
So there's a lot to unpack there. He talks about working on having a safe site since day one on the website, which I can very well say, as someone who spent all of his childhood on Roblox, no fucking shot. If you had been working on it for what? When did Roblox come out? 2003? If you had been working on it for 22 years, you would have a secure system. This would not even be a problem. I mean, sure, every once in a while, I'm sure there's someone that would circumvent the intense security system in place, but it wouldn't be anywhere near the extent it is now. And the only reason they're worrying about it right now is because of the amount of backlash they're facing on it. I've said it time and time again. From my time on Roblox, okay, I was a clan degenerate, so I was doing cringe shit on that site, but I was talking to 30-year-olds. There were old men on that site playing that game. And there were old guys in my clan. That wasn't an abnormal thing. That was a very common occurrence. More often than not, the higher-ups in the clans were in their 20s, mid-20s, late 20s, 30s. The fucking guy that was in my clan, we had a fucking 40-year-old. Okay, so this isn't something that has been worked on since day one. This is just some PR stuff, and I'm getting heated already. It's just the first clip. We got a lot to go here.
You don't think you have a problem with predators on the platform?
I think we're doing an incredible job at innovating relative to the number of people on our platform and the hours in really leaning into the future of how this is going to work.
Brother, you would think that this is like Olympic dodgeball, the way he dodged that question. Every fucking politician I've ever seen dreams of dodging a question like that. That was like some Matrix shit, the way he just flew back on that. You'll find that that's a common theme in this whole interview here, is that he'll just dodge the question completely. Even if it's like the easiest slam dunk, like, hey, predators are bad, man, don't you think so? He'll be like, well, I don't know about that. And, you know, that sort of deal. I don't know how he keeps kneecapping himself throughout this interview. It is something truly to behold, this entire train wreck here.
Last year, activist fund and short seller Hindenburg Research came out with a report arguing, among other things, that Roblox was, quote, compromising child safety in order to report growth to investors. One of the things they pointed to was that there had been a decline in your spending on trust and safety. You have denied that. Why? What did they have wrong?
So fun. Let's keep going down this. And so first off, Hindenburg's no longer in existence, correct? So you should report on that. They went out of business for some reason. The other thing is, have you researched that information? Because you're asking me about this. I'm curious if you've done your own research.
I have done some research about.
And what's your take on that?
I'm asking you.
So it's really interesting because I think we're diving into a situation where we're getting better. But would you ask the same situation of someone who converted from maybe hyper manual labor, making cars by hand, to an assembly line? The assembly line might be infinitely better and at the same time not have so many people. So I think what they're referring to is moving more and more and more to AI. Arguably, is it better to have AI systems reviewing every image, every piece of text, all of that, or to keep doing that manually? So I think that was a misnomer.
I think this one's especially kind of slimy because he starts the question off by saying, well, they're out of business. Why would that even matter, that study that I literally acknowledged and denied? And then he somehow goes on this rant talking about how, would you ask the same thing about other companies if they were moving to AI instead of manual labor? What's that about, huh? He's trying to portray it as some kind of gotcha moment when in reality, he doesn't even mention if that's what Roblox is doing. Like, he kind of implies that Roblox is using AI to make it a safer site or whatever, but he doesn't directly say it, you know? And not to mention, if it were truly the case that they were using AI and that was the reason for the fund decrease, he would outright just say that. Yeah, clear the water, clear everyone's head, it's perfectly fine. We're just using AI to make Roblox a better site that's more safe for kids, and that's why you guys are seeing the decline in spending in that area. There, Roblox, David, hire me to be your PR person. It's that fucking easy. But obviously, he's not answering that because that's not what they're doing. I feel like I need to say that's allegedly not what they're doing because I feel like I'm gonna get sued or something stupid for this video. And I really love this part of the interview because you can see David, the Roblox CEO, starting to get irked at the question, starting to get pissed off that they're backing him into a corner here and he's having to do all these leaps and bounds over these questions. It's pretty entertaining to watch, man. I'm not gonna lie.
So just so I have the clear response, the argument is that the shift has been from a more manual safety team and system to a more automated review process that may do a better job, even if it costs less to operate. Because
I would actually lean in harder. The shift would be constantly moving to higher quality, more accurate, and more diligent systems. Can we review more? Can we do more better? And say you and I, we're a system, what is the best way to review every single image going into Roblox at higher and higher quality? And say we figured out the best way to do that is to do it with better and better AI models. Would you pick that?
Yeah.
Good. So you're aligning with what we did. High five.
In the next clip here, David really sees the light. He sees the big swinging dick in front of his face and knows that he's about to get fucked. So he doesn't let the interviewer ask the question. He interrupts him not once, not twice, 4 times.
But I've also been covering social networks.
Thank you for supporting. Thank you for supporting our Roblox decision matrix.
I also remember 15 years ago
I'm so glad you guys are aligned with the way we won Roblox.
Right. I also remember 15 years ago when Mark Zuckerberg was saying...
Is this a stealth interview where actually you love everything we're doing and you're here to stealthily support it?
We were told you wanted to come in and talk about your new age gating technology, so we thought we'd get into it.
Let me just finish this. Yeah. I totally buy what you're saying about using the best technology on the market to keep people safe.
And I want to highlight, I came here because I love your podcast and came to talk about everything. So if our PR people said, let's talk about age gating for an hour, I'm up for it. But I love your I thought I came here to talk about everything.
I came here to talk about everything, which is why I'm letting you ask nothing.
I mean, look, I can tell you're getting a little bit frustrated here.
I'm actually not frustrated. I'm so excited to talk. I thought we were going to be talking about funny things in the industry and all of that. So I'm not frustrated. I'm just kind of figuring out how much fun time I have with you guys and how much fun time we have versus kind of this super focus.
Got it.
But I'm happy to talk about whatever you guys want.
Yep, I'm having such a fun fucking time right now. David is definitely having the time of his life dodging these questions about child predators on his site. He's having fun like a kid in a candy store or like a predator on Roblox maybe.
Well, let me just try one last thing here. Because this is what I really want to understand. It is very difficult to do content moderation at scale. We have learned that from every single company. And I think that platforms provide various benefits to society. I'm on a lot of them every day. Okay. So I feel like we're kind of on the same page there. And I think being a CEO of one of these companies can sort of feel like being the head of the Department of Homeland Security, where it's like the best thing that happens during your tenure is that nothing happens, right? Nothing explodes.
I want to push back on that.
Yeah.
Push back on what? He didn't even ask a question. Is he pushing back on the fact that content moderation is easy to do? If it's so easy, why haven't you done it? This is so fucking goofy, man. Like, seriously. Next is the question that sent this interview into the sky. This is what really everyone is talking about right now, which rightfully so, because it is fucking wild. Again, I'm sure most of you have seen this clip by now, but again, as someone that was on Roblox for all their childhood, I want to talk about it.
Would you ever put a prediction market inside Roblox, like let kids bet with their Robux and say, I bet he's gonna steal a tung 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 sahur,
or I bet he's not gonna dress to impress.
Yeah,
I think we would have to do that. Once again, I'll share some of the complexity.
Yeah.
Every single country in the world has different legislation around loot boxes and kid gambling. Mm-hmm. And so we would have to be, it sounds very fun and obvious. Like, I love that.
Oh, to be clear, I think this is a horrible idea. I was just interested if you were thinking about it.
Well, I actually think it's a brilliant idea if it can be done in an educational way that's legal. And so I imagine a no free Robux, no free prizes, just a game called the Dress to Impress Predictor, where it's not like trying to get kids money or anything like that. I would be a big fan of it.
I love the fact that the interviewers were obviously joking about him adding gambling into the site. And sure enough, he's just like, oh, well, yes, actually, that's a great idea. I've been thinking about it day and night, thinking about all these kids, all the money I can make. I do not need to go on a rant on why gambling for kids is bad. We all know that that is a terrible, horrendously bad idea. Between the addictive properties of gambling, kids spending all day on their screen, and kids developing habits that are very, very bad, I don't need to go into depth into why gambling for kids is bad, especially on a kid-friendly site. Now, with all that being said, I do see, strictly from a business standpoint, why he's doing it, because he sees dollar signs. He doesn't see your child or young people playing Roblox. He sees dollar signs. So if he has a chance to make Roblox a fuck ton of money, why wouldn't he do that? You know, there's a certain point I find where some people that are in this position where they're very rich, where they either completely disregard morals and are totally focused on making as much money as possible, or, you know, they stick to their human nature and have some moments where they pause and hit the brakes and think, well, we could do this, but should we? Obviously, the Roblox CEO is at the point now where he just doesn't give a shit. He's trying to make as much money as possible, which, sure, man, go for it. I guess, whatever. I think the internet very well knows that Roblox is not a safe site for kids. It never really has been and probably never will be. If anything, it's more negative than positive. And I think going on Roblox now is worse and more detrimental to a kid's health than it ever has been. Obviously, with him adding gambling to the game, it's going to be even worse as time goes on. So I think there will be eventually a decline in Roblox, but I don't think it will be near as significant as it should be for what the safety and what everything the site provides is. To finish off this video, I have one more clip for you where it was an easy slam dunk, but this guy just pretends he's in the WNBA and just completely misses the fucking basket.
But Dave, can I just make one selfish request of you?
Yes.
So my kid right now is about 3.5 years old. Presumably, sometime, maybe 4, 5, 6 years from now, he's going to ask me, can I play Roblox?
Oh, it's going to be about a year from now.
Probably a year from now. Will you fix the problems with safety on your platform by the time that my kid is old enough to ask me that question?
I'm going to go more out of the box in that Roblox is an amazing platform right now for your kid. And I'm happy to go deep with you, possibly non-disclose you, show you metrics, all of that, to do whatever it takes to get you over the hump.
Okay.
All right.
So that was a great yes or no answer. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about it because I think I have a unique outlook on the situation as someone that was on Roblox for his entire childhood. And I've seen it through its ups and downs. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you later.